Symbolism. Something that represents something else. For example, this sign represents peace, and this sign represents disliking something. But Jacob gives so many different signs in the Bible concerning his sons. For example, a lion is Judah, and a wolf is Benjamin. So our question is going to be, what did Jacob mean when he had all these signs, and what were these signs meant to represent? Well, here we go, guys. Last of our Torah Chumash Berieshit. Where I got all these sources from, I got it from a book and I got it from a Chumash. So if anything really does bother you, then you can go challenge that. Reuben, the restlessness of water. Reuben is compared to the restlessness of water. What this means is that first the water starts off calm, and then the water starts getting rough. Reuben is compared to the restlessness of water because he was known to be a very clumsy person. There's a story inside Parshat Vayeshev where Reuben tells his brothers to leave Joseph in the pit. Reuben is thinking in his mind, oh, Joseph is probably going to be there in the pit when I come back. But Joseph in the end wasn't actually in the pit in the end. So he was kind of clumsy, he tore his clothes and said, what have I done? Shimon and Levi, there is no sign. Jacob didn't want to bless Shimon and Levi because of the sin they did with Dinah, where they destroyed the city of Shiloh without Jacob's permission. So he didn't want to give them a blessing because he thought they were very irresponsible. Yehuda, a lion. What is a lion often referred to as? The king of the jungle, which was exactly what Judah was in his family. He was the leader, the firstborn pretty much. And he got all the inheritance, he had all of his kings descended from him. And it's actually kind of obvious because of the movie Lion King. Zvulun, the ship merchant. Jacob made this symbol easy for us. Zvulun and his descendants were very good merchants, and out of all of the sons of Jacob, they were the very good merchants. Yisachar, the bony donkey. A bony donkey has two qualities that I want to bring up. Number one, a donkey is very humble. Number two, a donkey always carries a heavy load. Yisachar was always very, very humble. They were just a shevet that no one really knows about. No one ever talks about Yisachar. And just, you could talk about this for me, but I've never seen them anywhere. So they were very humble, number one. And number two, they always carried a burden on their shoulders of Torah because they studied a lot of it. They usually stayed in their homes a lot studying Torah. And that's why they're not that known to anyone. They're a very humble shevet. Dan, the stealthy snake. I don't know how, but Jacob thought of the best ideas for symbols. A snake has two different qualities about it. Again, a snake is very, very tricky, but also can be very unexpected sometimes. So the tricky part, Dan was always had a war strategy that was very sneaky. They were like the spy kind of people. But at the same time, they were very unexpected. Dan was always one of the first shevets to serve idols and to go kind of off the journey a little bit, off the derech. So I think that they were both. They were very good and amazing war people, but at the same time, they kind of went off a little bit sometimes. But of course, because he was a son of Jacob, they were all tzaddikim. Naphtali, a deer. This one's a very easy one. Just like deers are very fast, the shevet of Naphtali were very fast and known to be very quick runners. Asher, olive trees. What it says inside the Torah kind of confuses me because he says you will have very fruitful things, but it doesn't really say what a symbol is. And I looked inside my book, though, and it was talking about olives. So I'm guessing what he was talking about was olive trees. So it's very important because in the land of Asher, there were a lot of olives. So it was a very fruitful land. And where they got all of their produce from for the menorah, that was all from Shevet Asher. Everything. Yosef, a vine that is planted at the spring of water. This one's kind of hard for me to explain from my own words, so I'm going to say what it says inside the book. Yaakov blessed Yosef. My son Yosef, you are like a vine that is planted at a spring of water. The vine pushes its roots deep into the earth. Its branches also grow higher up than the treetops. So will your sons Ephraim and Manasseh spread and multiply. They will receive two portions in Eretz Yisrael. Which I guess is trying to say that all of its branches go out, which is exactly like Yosef. He was able to get two different portions of Eretz Yisrael, which was a lot of portions. Binyamin, a wolf. And now for our final point. I think that Binyamin is a wolf because a wolf always is amazing prey, but always stays on the sideline and is not as respected as a lion or a snake. And I just think that, just like that, because Shaul, he was a king, but only for a short temporary time. Binyamin is always the temporary shevet. There aren't always the big ones, but I think that they are still on the sidelines and are very important shevets in Bnei Israel. Anyways, thank you guys for making it through the whole video. Thank you so much for giving me so much support. Anyways, click right over here to subscribe to my channel, which means you get notified about all my videos. Click right over here to see the last video, and click right over here to see the playlist with all my Dvar Torahs on the Parsha. Thank you so much for watching, and have a very, very, very nice Chazak Chazak V'nichasek.